Guys, Baron here. I don't know about you, but I'm very excited about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. There are definitely games that are shaping up to be really good, and with the recent drops of E3 gameplay and the demos, I must say that a lot of my expectations do seem to be fulfilled. And if you haven't checked out what I think can make Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee succeed, then please do up here. But today, we're talking about like a bit of forward planning because, well, I like to think ahead and I don't really have anything else to do. Man, I really need to get a life. So today, in the spirits of fun, I thought we'd look at 6 Pokemon I want to use as a team for Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. I haven't really decided on what game to buy yet, but I'm gonna make the decision soon. And guys, if you're hyped about these games, make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share this video with a friend or two. With that being said, let's get into it. So the first Pokemon I want to use is of course Pikachu or Eevee. Those are the mascots of the game, those are the starters we're gonna get, of course I'm gonna use them. Those are gonna be like the only Pokemon we have access to in Route 1, I think. I mean, before we have Pokeballs, that is. So I'm definitely gonna be using them at some point. With Pikachu, I'm hoping honestly that we're gonna be able to get access of a Light Ball or evolve it into a Raichu. So it might just be that I evolve it into Raichu or just slap a Light Ball on it and keep it as a member of our team. But if neither of those options are possible, I might just scrap Pikachu from our team after a while because it kind of sucks after you get up to a certain level. And concerning Eevee, it's not any better. It's probably worse than Pikachu is in its basic form. What I'm hoping for is that we are be able to evolve our Eevee. And if that is the case, then I definitely want to, if we can evolve it into any Eevee form and any evolution as possible, I would like to evolve it into Sylveon because Sylveon is a clutch mon, it's a great mon, and just having a fire type on your team never goes wrong. Or if we are only able to evolve it into the counter forms, which might be possible, I definitely want to have a Jolteon. Not only to have a substitute in terms of alternative to Pikachu, but also because Jolteon, in my opinion, is not only the coolest, but the best of the original Kanto evolutions. So that's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, to be able to slap a Light Ball on Pikachu, or evolve it to Raichu, or be able to access any of the evolutions to Eevee. But if that's not the case, then that's kind of gonna suck. But that's the first real member of our team. That's what it's gonna be. Now, the second member of our team is gonna be Charizard. Oh, Baron, are you using Charizard? Yeah, I'm using Charizard, and deal with it. Actually, to be fair, when I played Foot Country before, in terms of Red and Blue, in terms of Fire Red and Leaf Green, I've always chosen Bulbasaur and Squirtle, because those are my two favorites starters. I can't really decide which one of those is my favorite, but they're definitely my favorite over Charizard and over Charmander. I never really connected with the Charmander line. And plus, like, just using them in terms of in-game early on is not the best, but I definitely want to give them a shot now, and that's for one reason and one reason mainly, and that is because we now have access to 2 Mega Evolutions of Charizard. Not only Mega Charizard X, but also Mega Charizard Y, and honestly, if we can get access to those, which I'm hoping that we will, because Mega Evolutions will be clutch in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and I can't really see how they will leave those out. That if that is the case and we can evolve our Charizard into Mega Evolutions, I definitely want to try them out, because Charizard is a great mon, and itself, of course, it's a classic, but just with those Mega Evolutions, it'll be great. And plus, like, there are not that many fire types in Kanto, and Charizard, of course, is the best one of those. So I definitely want to give Charizard a shot, and that's why it's on our team, essentially. Plus, I should add that just riding around like your Charizard will be so much fun. Now the third mon that I want to be able to use on our Kanto team is Starmie. Starmie is a mon that I've always wanted to use, but haven't really gotten around to it. There's so many water types in Kanto, and like I mentioned, I often find myself using Blastoise, so I never really had any space on a team for a Starmie. but just because of its special attack and its great speed stat, I am definitely hyped about using it. Plus, like, a Psychic type is never bad, especially in Kanto, where given that the Psychic types are not as OP as they were, but they still are really, really good. And plus, adding a Water type, building up to that Fire Water Grass core, which in my opinion, you need on every team, will definitely be fun, and it definitely is a good mon to use as a Water type. And plus, like, it's a really original mon, a starfish that essentially is a robot. Count me in, that's awesome. So Stormy is a mon that I've always wanted to use, never really have, but I think in these games I will be able to use a Stormy at long last, and I think it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. The fourth mon I want to use, and to be able to build and complete that Fire Grass Water core, that is Victory Bell. Now you might say, well Baron, Victory Bell isn't the best mon, but honestly, I want to be able to use him, and I think he has a lot of potential. And honestly, not only because it's a grass type and that completes our core, but also because he's a poison type, and that is really, really good against a lot of mons. I think this is going to be really good, and honestly it's going to be our Fairy Killer, which, granted, it's going to be quite a few Fairy types actually in Kanto that we're going to be able to meet. But yeah, Victory Bell would just be a lot of fun. I think it's one of those underused Pokemon that people don't use and refrain from using because they don't really see his potential. But I definitely think it's going to be fun using a Victory Bell. Plus, just being followed by a giant Flytrap plant will be so much fun. Now, I feel like with this kind of core of the team, the starter, the Grass Fire Water core, I feel like what we need is a fighting type. And there are a lot of great fighting types in the region of Kanto. I think Poliwrath is a good one. I think Primeape is a good one. I think both the Hitmonchan and the Hitmonlee are good. But I honestly want to use Machamp. Machamp is a good mon I've never used before, really. But I know its power, and I know it's extremely good, and it's just got so much raw attack stat, and just raising it from out of a shop like Bellsprout will be just so much fun. And I know it's trade evolution, but at the same time that seems to be less of a problem if you can find someone that has the game too. And honestly, if we can still use Wi-Fi to connect and still use that to trade Pokemon, then getting a Machamp will be easier than it was in the early games. And that will certainly be a relief. So definitely Machamp is a mon that I want to use really badly, and I think it will be a really good clutch mon on our team. Just with its really good attack stat, it will definitely blow opponents away. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using Machamp on my team. And the last choice for my team is kind of different and kind of sort of a rookie and kind of sort of outsider, but I want to use a bug type for this playthrough. Bug types just weren't good in the early generations. That's the true fact of it. Just with no good attacks and like really terrible Pokemon, the only acceptable mons being Scyther and Pinsir. They just didn't hold any potential. That's the raw fact of it. But now the bug types have definitely been improved upon with some good attacks and some good mons. And one of those mons that had been introduced in Gen 1 that definitely got better was Pinsir. And that's the sixth mon to my team. Pinsir is one of those mons that I never used before. But I've always sort of been curious about it and how it would be to use one. And plus, I've used Scyther before because I had a Scizor on a playthrough through Heart Gold, and Scizor is one of my favorite mons, and therefore I love Scyther too. But I always thought of Pinsir as kind of like counterpart to Scyther, so I want to be able to say that I've used them both. And plus, with that Mega Evolution potential, Mega Pinsir is definitely a good option for our team as a Mega. And that too adds to the sort of like the attraction towards Pinsir that I have. Don't take that wrong way. But Pinsir is definitely one of those mons that I've never used before, but I really want to use. Just like most of these mons on our team. These are mons that I haven't used before, but I'm curious about using them, and I'm happy I'm getting the opportunity to use them when I play through Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know, what team do you plan on using for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee? Let us know in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your opinions. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to that subscribe button, and share this video with a friend or two. But with that being said, I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Until and after seeing you next time though, stay awesome.